What's up, guys? Talk a little bit about the RX7. I haven't been on YouTube in a while. There's a lot of reasons why I haven't been uploading and stuff like that. It's been probably like a year and a half, 2 years since I last uploaded. When I had a kid, that's one thing. And I've just been busy at work, and you know, I've been doing a lot to the car. I just haven't been recording it. So I'm gonna go over everything what I did to it. I wish I would have recorded it so that way you can see everything. But I mean, if you follow my Instagram, you can kind of see some of the steps, but there's no videos to it. It's kind of lame, but whatever. First thing, obviously you see in the back, me and my dad got a garage now for my cars and his car, because he's building a race car too, but his is actually a race car. Mine is a street car. So that's the state that the RX7 is in right now. Let's talk about the garage. So it's a 3-car garage. It's 45 by 20. We're gonna put a lift right here where my boy's bike is sitting. That's not my bike. My wife won't let me get one anyways, but I wish I can get one, but it's just too dangerous, man. With all these cars out here, people not knowing how to drive and all that stuff, you're always gonna lose in that thing, So, I mean, it's fun though. I don't knock anybody that rides them, but I got a kid now, man. That's too much to live for. But yeah, lift is gonna go right here. We did I'll show you. Did the bricks and all that stuff. That's my dog just hanging out. Another thing that you guys probably are noticing, or if you follow me on IG, you already saw it, but I got a new daily. So those of you who have been following me on IG, I had a Z32 as my daily. I ended up trading that for a 350, and I hated the 350. They're good cars, but I guess I just got the wrong one, man. I got it from this kid that was drifting it, and it had like a welded diff in it, and it was a drift missile, man. And it was just beat up. It wasn't fun to drive, and then it ended up needing a motor. So I ended up finding a guy down in Tampa. He runs Fever Z, and he had this for sale. So it was bone stock. It didn't have the wheels on it. It was just like his shop car. So we ended up trading. It's a NA Auto. I know people are gonna hate me for saying it's a NA Auto, but it's my daily, so I'm not too worried about it. It's a fun car to drive. It's reliable. It gets me where I need to go. I may put a 2J in it later on after I finish this car, but I this is priority right now. Excuse the camera too, man. I'm using my iPhone. I don't have the GoPro on me, so I gotta finish that first, and then once I finish that, we can start moving on to other projects. So as far as this thing goes, let me see. Well, I probably can't flip the camera, but anyways, I did the yeah. Let me try to flip the camera. Matter of fact. Nope, I can't flip the camera. I just changed the brightness of it. All right, now I got the video flipped, so it's the right way. Okay, so we'll go over everything. So, like I said, it's still my iPhone. It's not the best camera quality, whatever. So I did the Sake Bomb coil pack, the whole kit. Finished the intercooler piping. I had to cut it. And just to make it fit to that turbo, We did the turbo manifold. My boy Stacy Covey at Performance Welding, he's a local guy. He made the manifolds for me. I told him exactly what I wanted. He went and made it for me. The dual wastegates. I think they're 38 millimeters. I think. I should know that. I'm horrible for not remembering, but I haven't been messing with this car for a long time, man, and I bought so much stuff for it, and I tend to forget things. So so we did the manifolds, dual wastegates. It's a T4. I still got to do the turbo lines, you know, the return to feed. I still got to do water lines and all that stuff. I did the CJ Motorsports fuel rail kit. It's the whole kit. It's a good kit, you know, for the price. I was gonna go with the full function, but I had to budget on something, because I started to realize that I was spending so much money trying to get the top of the line stuff, and I had to budget on something. So, and that's why this car really isn't running, man, because I'm always trying to buy like top shit, you know. And I could have got this car running just by throwing things on and getting used parts, but I just didn't want to do that. But yeah, I got the CJ Motorsports kit. It's a real good kit. It's all stainless steel braided lines. Fuel pressure regulator. I did that. What else did we do? Oh, the transmission's in. It's an ACT stage 2 clutch. It's pretty heavy. Obviously, I haven't driven the car, but just by pumping it feels pretty heavy. But I don't know. I mean, I didn't build this car to be comfortable. You know, I expect it to be rowdy and a pain in the ass, and not something that you really enjoy driving on long trips, you know. So what else? I got the full function engineering oil pedestal. I still have to get my oil pressure sensor. I had to get it from full function because the factory one won't fit right there. So 1 second. I was trying to do this all in one shot, but the wife needed me. Anyways, that's the garage. We'll get back to the car now. Other things I did. We got the Filter Apex dual pump hanger in there. All the lines are ran. Stainless steel braided, the whole thing. Dash 6 and dash 8 lines for return and feed. Obviously the cage, nothing to the interior's really been done. It's really not important right now. I really need to get turned on. I would have had the seats and all that shit, but the seats are expensive, so I need to get other things besides that. If you are running the built-in Apex one, though, you are gonna have to cut the frame a little bit. I know it's janky. I didn't do this. My pops did this, but this isn't on there yet. But this is a street race car. I don't care about it being all nice and pretty. You're not gonna see it anyways. But I'm gonna clean this up, so don't have a heart attack, and don't kill me in the comments. Yeah, so cage, all that's wrapped, but I haven't done much in the interior. The only thing different in the interior is you see the transmission right there, so that's the only difference. Underneath the car, all the same. That right there is the fuel filter. I still need to go get another fuel filter, because you want to have 100 microns and then 10 microns for return and feed when you're running E85. So yeah, she's monster trucking right now, sitting up on jack stands. What else did I do? Oh, I did the Chase Bays brake booster delete, all stainless steel braided lines. Everybody asked me about how it feels. I don't know how it feels running, obviously, because the car isn't running. But I've talked to a few people. My boy Neil, he's running this in his 3-rotor, and I think David is running it in his 4-rotor. I'm not sure, but I know my boy Neil is running his, and he said it's perfectly fine. You know, no, and you're talking about guys that are running 3-rotor, you know, 600-700 plus horsepower, you know, so it should be fine. What else? I mean, other than that, I really haven't been doing much to it, man. I just been so busy at work and busy with the kid and all that stuff. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to mess with it. I only need a few things now. I have to get my trigger wheel for one. I have to get my alternator. I have to get the electric water pump. I have to finish the radiator piping. I have pretty much all the sensors that I need. It has gaskets. I mean, everything is already put together, and then I just gotta wire it up, and then she'll be good to fire up. Hopefully by the end of this year. I know that's a long way. It'll be turned on, but I'm aiming for a little bit closer. I don't want to wait that long because this has been going on, what, 4 years that I've been, you know, tricking with this car and all that stuff. And as much as everybody else wants me to turn it on, I want to turn it on myself. I don't want to be like one of those Rob Dom rotary guys where everybody's like pissed off because it's never on, it's never fired up. So, but shout out to Rob Dom, he's got his fired up. Mine's a 2-rotor. I should have had this thing running, but like I said, I don't have sponsors and all that stuff, so I have to come out of pocket for all this stuff myself. I do have some people inbox me about sponsorship, but it's really not about, you know, rotary parts. It'll be like, you know, interior stuff and look things, but I'm a simple guy. I like the way it looks like this. I don't want to start putting like aftermarket front bumpers and side skirts and you know, all this funky stuff on this car. It's just, I like the clean, simple look, and I'm just not going that route. This thing, we could talk about this for a little bit. Like I said, it's a 94 300ZX NA. It's slow. It's got the HKS exhaust on it. It's a very nice exhaust. I like this car a lot. This is actually the car that got me into cars. Excuse the inside. I've been messing with a whole bunch of crap inside of here. It's got some wiring issues with the AC, so I'm trying to figure out that. But yeah, this is the car that got me into cars. I literally fell in love with cars because of these cars, and I regretted getting rid of my first one for the 350. Even though I didn't like it because it was a 2+2, my first one. This is the 2+0, which doesn't have back seats. I just felt like the 2+2, no offense to the 2+2 guys, it looked like a limo, man. It was just long as hell to me, in my opinion. Every time I looked at it, I couldn't unsee it. And I always wanted a 2+0, so I went and grabbed this one. So, but it's in really good shape. It does need a little bit of paint work. The hood is wrapped in that fake carbon. I guess it was probably fading. It's got some fade spots on it. other than that, it's a pretty clean car. And you know, I put the wheels on it, I put coilovers on it, make sure I did all the maintenance to it and all that stuff. And she runs good, man. NA Auto. Maybe 2J in the future. Never know. I'm thinking about it. 2J with a CD009 6-speed. It'll be kind of fun. But like I said, priority. And then maybe the wife will let me get that in the future. Just kidding. I don't want one. This thing is pretty nice. This is my boy's. He dropped it, unfortunately, as you can see right there. Yeah. Put your kickstand down right, guys, or you'll end up dropping these things. This thing is heavy as all hell. But I tell you what, I drove it and it's fun. You just got to get rid of that big ass exhaust. I hate them. But this thing is fun, man. I don't know if there's anything else that I've done to it, man, that I can explain, but yeah, that's how she sits right now, man, unfortunately. She will be running though. I've had some people inbox me about, you know, buying it, but I'm not interested in selling it. And if I was gonna sell it, it's gonna be for a pretty penny, because it's, for one, it's not for sale. So I'd want like a good amount of money for it. But yeah, guys, that's my life right now. So I figured I'd upload and give you guys a rundown of what's going on with the cars and all that. So yeah, this year it should definitely be on. I don't know if I forgot anything, but oh, I did forget something. I resprayed the car. It doesn't seem like it, but I resprayed it. The shop that I had originally sprayed it just did a horrible job. I mean, it looked like maybe they put like 2 coats of clear on it, if that. It was like the actual paint itself was faded in certain areas. When you had it in the sun, you would see it. It would look like cloudy almost, and like you would almost see like some of the primer, which isn't good at all. The engine bay was the worst part. That was the main reason why I ended up getting it resprayed, because the engine bay was, I mean, literally you can still see red spots where they didn't even take the paint down all the way and primer it. Didn't put enough base coat on it. I mean, it looked like they misted clear coat. Like, I know people take their time on the door jambs, or not take their time, but they don't put their full effort into the door jambs. But I feel like it's the little details like that separate you from, you know, other paint shops, is by doing those little details. And especially with the engine bay like that, where it's like fully shaved, it's supposed to be fully tucked. I mean, that thing has to be sprayed right. And literally you can see like red, and you would see primer spots and all that stuff. It was a horrible paint job. So I had my boy, who is the ex-painter, Alvin. He came over, and we actually sprayed it here, and it still hasn't been wet sanded and buffed. So it's not the shiniest that it can be right now, but it's way better than what it was. I mean, I've paid money for great paint jobs and all that stuff, and you're never gonna get what you want. You know, you can spend $10,000 and people are still gonna half-ass and BS and all that stuff, and then they're not really gonna put their effort. Some shops will, but it's so hard to find a good painter, and that actually takes pride in his work, instead of just rushing a car out of the paint shop and just trying to get it out of the way, which is, it's understandable. I mean, it's a business, but I mean, you want to put out the best work that you can put out, in my opinion. That's how I think you should run a business, but unfortunately not everybody is like that. So yeah, it's been resprayed. That's another thing that I actually did. So I don't think there's anything else that I did to it besides that. But I'm gonna try to keep updating you guys on, you know, the cars and you know what I got going on with it. I'm gonna try to keep uploading. I try to keep the camera on the cars because nobody wants to look at my face. Who wants to look at my face when you can look at an RX7 or a Z, you know? So yeah, man, that's the stage that it's in. But I'm gonna try to update you guys all the time as much as I can. When I try to do something, I'll try to update, you know, upload it to YouTube. Follow me on IG. It's Duvals_T_Rex_7. That's my IG, and you'll be able to see the full build there. You'll be able to see what I'm doing with this and all that stuff, and then subscribe and share whatever you want to do with this video. I'm probably not gonna get rich off YouTube like we all dream of. All right, I got a trampoline too. It's badass. Thanks, guys.